Hello, so I'm in sunny Southern California and today I'm going to show you how to prune a sago palm. If you take a close look at this sago, you can see that some of the leaves have completely browned, others have just brown spiky tips. But if you look in the middle of each section, there are nice green leaves growing in. Same goes for this one in the center. Since this is what I have, this is what I'm going to use, and it is super spiky, so be careful if you want to do this yourself. When you trim it, it's definitely going to poke you. So here we go. I'm going in from the bottom. Just gonna cut as close as I can to the trunk. And you can use your pruners to move the spiky stems, because they really are crazy spiky. You can see how these new leaves are kind of unfurling here. If you take a close look, you can see that there are spikes all the way down to the bottom of the stem. These new leaves are pretty soft actually, but they'll get spiky soon. These fronds are still spiky though. Okay, so I finished the first little section. Here's a close-up of what the cut stems look like. And if you take a close look, you can see where the stems were cut previous years. They kind of form a ring around the trunk. Okay, so now I'm going to do the upper portion. It's a little tougher. It's gonna fall on my head. Ooh. I'm gonna go for the ones that are pushing down these new bits. Whoops. You can see the difference between the ones that have browned from this hot summer and the new ones. Okay, and one more that's kind of smushing that one. Let's get in there. Trying not to get hurt. One more, actually. There we go. Yay! Okay, but we're not done yet. I'm gonna go to the other side now. Have one more. Soon these little green ones will look like these. Here's another close-up of the cut branches, and if you do cut a little further than you wanted to, you can go back and cut closer if you'd like. I'll just clean things up and make these a little less obvious. You can see that their last year's are woody. You can also cut off these little pieces right here. And there it is, a happy little trimmed up sago palm. And those are all the leaves that I cut off, 2 little piles. If I had a chainsaw, I might decide to clean this up too. You can literally just shave off all those spiky things, but since I don't have one, I'm not going to do it, and that's good enough. And that is how you prune a sago palm. Those are not sagos, but they're still beautiful at sunset. Get someone else to pick it up for you. Look how funny this is. This is the next day after pruning off the old fronds, and there's these, I don't know what you would call them.
Wisps?
Wisps of magic sap coming out of the cuts.
Worth of needles at the brachychaton. So, cycads are actually not angiosperms, which means they're not flowering plants. They are instead gymnosperms, which means that they have cones, sort of like pine trees do, which are also gymnosperms. And all that gymnosperm means is gymno, which is naked, and sperm, that is just seed. So what that means is that inside of the cycad's cone, there's sort of holes, and then there's a ovule that then gets pollinated, I guess. Not really pollinated, but it becomes seeded, and so then it has its babies, but it doesn't have the traditional flower that you would think that most plants have. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing to have in everyone's yards. I mean, you see it everywhere, but it's such a weird thing. I also noticed that these young fronds only on this side are mutated. If you look up close, you can see that all of these little pieces are sort of creased in a way, and that's definitely not normal. If you look at these ones up here, they're all pretty straight. The few that are creased are clearly outliers. So that's weird, and I don't know what's going on. I think maybe there's a bug problem or something with only this one, but if your sago palm looks like that, it's not right.
Maybe get some neem oil?
Maybe, yeah.
There's some of this weird caking of some sort going on, and I'm wondering if it's not the same stuff that's in the soil coming out of the palm. She has a problem here. I don't know, is it salt? We live by the beach. And we have another little baby growing right there. It might have come from a seed, or I'm not really sure how it's spreading underground, obviously, somehow. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up. Ah, look at those spikes. Ow. Oh, there's another one right here. It caught me. Oh. Was there a shortcut? I mean, a lizard in your pile of fronds?
There was. It's a pile of pain. The clippers. Javelin.
Nice. Okay, we're just going to make a little pit stop like plants obsessed crazy people. Okay, we're currently in the Starbucks parking lot.
No, it's not there.
It's right there.
No.
Okay, what is...
So, this is a female sago palm, and you can tell because it has this huge round ball of fluff. And when it pollinates, or when it's pollinated, which it's not, it'll have huge red seeds all over. It'll sort of open up a little bit more, and those exposed seeds will be out.
It's really embarrassing. Okay, this way. What?
Another way that you can tell that the cycads are actually not angiosperms is that flowering plants have fruit, and cycads don't have fruit around their seed. It's just an exposed big red seed. No meat at all around it. That is what a cycad looks like after it's already done having its seeds. And the leaves come out of the top. It just continues growing outward, up towards the sun in a radial pattern. And you can actually see a little tiny dead seed in there.
Oh,
yeah,
that's the seed. This one looks like it has the same problem as the one at our house.
Well, maybe, yeah. But these are already long dead.
Look, it looks like these ones were chopped up, but they are growing in anyway.